Love and peace and happiness. Beautiful day, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness. Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic. You can call me Mel. And I'm back to deliver this latest timeless collective channel message from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. Where it resonates, pick it up and run with it. Where it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you'll always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. You have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts on my website and on the description box below the video. And after these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. The following message has been co-signed by the divine and sponsored by Spirit. We do what we do because we absolutely love and adore our brothers and sisters of humanity for our overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness, and personal, authentic, divine empowerment. We have your alpha and omega messages. We'll leave them there and read them last. Should we just go ahead? I'm seeing starting off with the spiritual news today. So let's see. What do you have for the tribe today? Love and peace and happiness. Most empowering download message that I am to deliver, please and thank you. I heard, just breathe. You gotta let it go so you can grow. You gotta let it go. Just breathe. Okay, so just breathe. You took it in, so you have to let it out. Okay. You can't take everyone with you, but they'll be better off for having known you. Okay. All right, so let's see. Are you going to give us one card from this deck? Thank you. This just in. Spirit is asking that you be patient about a particular situation. Divine timing has the last say in this. Okay, so divine timing is, as always, in order, but it's like, that should go without saying, but okay, for whatever reason, it needs said today, which means you could be feeling like, could you please just hurry the heck up? Like, I'm so tired of waiting. Well, you keep telling me that, but I don't want to hear that. Okay, all right, that's fair. I mean, it's a feeling. The way you feel is valid. However, peace be still, chill. Let peace be still. I heard, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord thy God. Okay? Somebody needed to hear it in a biblical type of way. All right, let's see what's going on here. What's the energy from the wild unknown archetypes? What is the energy in this download, please? And thank you. We have the temple coming out with the king. Hello. And look, both of them got hands. The king got the money in the palm. The temple got the hands praying. Interesting. Okay, so we have the temple and the king. We want to make sure we use our power wisely. We want to be divine in the way we lead. Okay, so is that what this is about? A divine position of leadership? You've been in the temple and they were like, yeah, we got this for you. We need you to do this, that, and the other. You're like, okay, well, I'm ready to do it, but you need to provide the resources if you want me to do it. Like, I can do it, but, well, I'm going to do it with. Like, you got a great plan. How's the follow through on the plan of yours here? You want me to provide this, that, and the other. You want me to accomplish this, that, and the other. So provide the means to accomplish that. I'm on my way. It's like, I got the talent, I got the words, I got the skills, I got the ability. However, like, what are you putting in on this? Okay. How are you contributing to this? Okay. So Spirit is saying, just hold on. We got you. You finna find out right now. And we have the peacock's tail coming through. Look at all the colors. Giving me why it's reminding me of Pink Floyd energy. It really is. Peacock's tail. All right. Let me go ahead and do this. So we have 3 cards from the Walden Known. Walden Known Alchemy giving us the peacock's tail. You know, and every time I see peacock tail energy, peacock feather energy, I'm just reminded that the energy, that the stories, the legends are that the the eye of Horus is represented by the eyes and the feathers of the peacock's tail. So they want me to read to us from the book, starting with the temple. Card number 39, 3 and 9, 369, 369. Damn you fine. Okay. All right. Okay, let's see what we have from the temple. The sanctuary, the shrine, the altar. When we think of the temple, we often envision an architectural structure in a far off land. We are quick to distance ourselves from the sacred, assuming we must expend much effort in order to arrive there. Yet the temple is a universal and omnipresent energy, accessible in the highest and lowest, richest and poorest of places. Visiting the temple might be as simple as stepping into the dappled light of the forest, slowly and sensuously kissing a lover, or closing your eyes to travel inward. This card is a call to re-examine what you pay homage to and what you reject. What do you spend your time worshiping? Your phone, money, material goods? What barriers do you draw between yourself and the sacred? Perhaps there is room on your altar for something new, something surprising. Offer it to the heavens. The ancient yogis saw the body itself as the temple, every function and feature of it as an expression of divinity. Build a shrine with found materials. Don't spend any money, only time. Though indeed the temple travels with you, this card is interwoven with the pilgrim archetype. If you've been longing for a spiritual journey, book your tickets. When it's light, the temple is reverence for all, life as a sanctuary. When it's dark, it speaks to idolatry, cults, and strict spirituality. All right, we also had card number 12 come out, which is the king energy. So let's see what the book has to say about the king while we got the book out. The ruler, the commander, the emperor. If our lives are imagined as a kingdom containing the entire spectrum of human experience, the king presides over it all. Through the lens of the king, we assess the state of our land, make decisions, and rule accordingly. Therefore, the king must be thoroughly and regularly vetted so as to avoid corruption. Recognize the dual nature of the king. He is either seated in benevolence and strength, guiding you toward peace, or he is oppressing the weak out of the need to control. There is not much middle ground. Some think of the king as the ultimate expression of the ego, yet the great kings of mythology and history serve from an ego-less place. They take their throne with grace and humility, knowing the divine uses them as a channel to heal deep and long-standing discrepancies in the kingdom. All right. When it's light, it talks about benevolence and divine leadership, service, and nobility. When it's dark, it talks about oppression, misuse of power, and corruption. Once the king's relationship to divinity is broken or challenged, he often acts from a place of fear, scrambling to uphold his image and power. The king is necessary. He is a bridge between the eternal and the day-to-day. It is also said that it is necessary for the king to die. This is a death of the ego. Okay. Yeah, I got something to say about that. Because I'm like, if we didn't need an ego, why were we born with it? Why did we develop it? Why is it part of the human psyche? Like, clearly, I have talked about it on this channel before. I'm like, yeah, but I just feel like there has to be an understanding of its function. I feel like there's been a misunderstanding of the function of the ego. The ego is there for our self-preservation, our self-sustenance, and longevity, but it provides information based off of previous experience or known information. So people confuse it, and when it's out of whack, when it's completely imbalanced, when the awareness of the information it's feeding is imbalanced, then people try to use information from the ego, or what I also relate as the physical brain, and then try to utilize that information for tasks, for causes which it is not developed to be for. It's not used for that. You don't go to the temperature thermostat to set the temperature on the oven. It just don't work like that. The thermostat is for the temperature in the house, not the temperature on the oven. If you think you go set the temperature in the oven from the temperature on the house, the thermostat, you're wrong. It's not going to work that way. It never works that way. That's not the function of it. So I think that a lot of people get upset about the ego, and I feel like there's been a lot of misunderstanding about the ego because people haven't understood its function and where it's coming from. The ego is there as a protector. It's a servant. It wants to prolong you. It wants longevity for you. It wants, for you to be winning. The problem is the ego can only produce information based off of previously known factors because it's something that comes from the computer brain, which is why I said developed. Born with, but developed, because you're born with it. Yes, it is in the brain, but the brain has to absorb the information, just like a computer must be programmed in order to give it back out. Anyways, so we have sacred energy versus being a service energy, and then trying to keep that all balanced so that it doesn't become oppressive or corrupt, right? All right, let's go ahead and check out the Peacock's Tail, which is card number 55. Yeah, 55. Thank you. Once we get into L's and Roman numerals, my brain needs to stop and make sure I said that right. All right, so it says full vision, the spectrum, inclusivity. The Peacock's Tail is a sacred image in alchemy. The mesmerizing display of tail feathers opens to mark the alchemist having shifted from single to multi-perspective. This is a great achievement. The alchemist has opened 1,000 sets of eyes instead of one. They've discarded black and white thinking and allowed the full spectrum of colors, nuances, and solutions to come into the fold. Creative solutions to complex social and political polarities can be found in this sacred space. The force field of possibilities has opened, and the alchemist has entered a new paradigm belonging to multiplicity, dimensionality, and inclusion. Utilize this perspective for positive change while it lasts. When falling back into black and white thinking, as any alchemist will do, envision the splendor of the peacock's tail. Each feather contains a universe of possibility. Bring as much color in as you can today. Experiment. Use it as a therapeutic means of expression and a way to loosen up rigid thoughts. Notice the palette of the cards. Are they black and white or leaning toward a certain color? There is wisdom to be gleaned from the color's message. It talks about going deeper. You could ponder the movie The Wizard of Oz, or you could ponder 1,000 eyes. So the peacock's eye. Uh, Swish. I like the part very much it stood out where it talked about shifting from a single perspective to a multiple perspective. And then it asked us to look at the coloration of the cards. We have dark, okay, up here, and then the colors piercing through from the temple. And then with the king card, like the colors just coming from everywhere. And we have all the reds and the yellows and the oranges, okay. And then with the peacock tail, we put the peacock tail in the middle. Okay. Colors of possibility. And the colors speak to chakras, okay. It definitely does. With the reds, orange, and the yellows, this is root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra. I want. No, I have, I want, I do. Those are the three eyes that go with that. Out of the thousand eyes, the three eyes that go with these colors with the king is I have, I want, I do. Okay. All right. But there's also this, as you have, want, and do, make sure you're taking the full perspective, the full range of perspective into account. They want you to consider all aspects of this experience, not just, in other words, because it is king energy, they're saying you need to make sure you consider how the decisions that are made affect other people involved. Don't be the jerk that does stuff without realizing like you're causing, there's a cause and an effect. And when you make this move, there's an effect on the others. Is that an effect something that you're willing to see? So we want to be wise in the way we use our power. Love and peace and happiness. Yes, I do see though with the temple, there is divine connection and there is wisdom that, hey, we can use this power to grow some things. Now, I just saw something interesting while I was shuffling that. At the peacock's tail right here, it has this eye. And it was just shown like, if you were to zoom into that, this is what you find there. The king is at the center. The king is at the center of this eye. That's what they just showed me. So they're saying that, like, based off of your behaviors, based off of what you're doing, like, you cause a great effect. You could, I see somebody here, you've been saying, look, God, can you just show me what I created? Can you just show me the effect of the energy that I bring to the table? And God's like, hold on a minute. Divine timing is going to be revealed, baby. Just hold on. You're going to see it all. It'll all get real clear in a minute. I heard. All right. Let me see two sides of the table in this experience. We got the spirit animal oracle cards. Show me one side of the table and then the other, please, with two separate cards in this energy. The energy on one side is the leopard. Card number 32 is confront your fears with determination. This is important because we were just talking about the ego. And one of the things that the ego is going to feed back to you information about is fears. Confront fears with determination. It's necessary. And because what are fears? I mean, unless it's literally saving you, like, no, we're not going to go walk to a chopping block. No, we're not going to go swimming in a wood chipper. You know what I'm saying? There's certain shit that just make, yes, we're going to drive with our eyes open and our hands on the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Certain shit just makes sense, and it's to prolong your life. We were talking about the correct use of the ego. Well, the ego is always going to make you aware of things when it's afraid, when it's seeing possible danger, red alert, something's wrong. The problem with the ego is it comes from the physical mind. It does not come from the divine mind. So when the divine mind said, take this risk right here, go into the temple, generate this energy and create it and cast it towards this, that, or the other, the spirit things are not known information. The divine mind gives the unknown information. The divine, I love this energy. The divine mind does not give known information. It gives new information, which means that the human computer brain cannot compute unknown error, unknown information, cannot find file. File could not be found. Why? Because divine mind information is not something that you've experienced before. This is new shit. Brain don't have a folder for that. The ego is like, what the hell is this? Oh, well, looks most like this. It looks most like that. On the other side of the table that got me so excited is we have the puma. So now I have two cats staring at each other, different colors, both of them lit up. This is awesome. It says, be strong and agile, react promptly. Two sides of the table. For a lot of you, because we are talking about the divine mind and the ego brain, the human mind, right? These two cards are gonna, yeah, I feel like this is the ego mind and this is the divine mind, or vice versa. We're gonna find out. So we have two cats staring at each other, both of them lit up. They're staring at each other from across the temple, the peacock's tail, and the king. And there's something intense in that. Card number 24 over here, high priestess and emperor. And then we had the empress and the high priestess. Boy, this looks like a divine counterpart situation here in relationship. So somebody's going to definitely resonate with their divine counterpart. Oh, I just got a strong message. Somebody's praying for their divine masculine, wondering like, where's my divine masculine, or for their divine feminine, for their divine counterpart. Let's say it that way. Praying for their divine counterpart. Like, I know I haven't met you yet, but may you receive all you need to accomplish all you need to. There is a stepping stones between me and you so you can arrive. Okay. Confront your fears with determination, and then be strong and agile and react promptly. Yeah. Okay. Fears, false evidence appearing real. Ego is good at assessing those things. Well, when such and such a person went and did that, they got hurt. So maybe we shouldn't do that either. But Spirit said you got this, and this is something different. It's not that what they did. What you're doing is something different. And Spirit said so. So do it. Okay. So what you have, Eight of Pentacles, hard work. Oh no, this is Seven of Pentacles. Excuse me. Seven of Pentacles. What you have is Seven of Pentacles. Okay. You have a long-term investment. You're increasing. You're investing for the long term. Okay. What you have is a situation where things are starting to grow. And then at the same time, when you're noticing what's growing, you can't help but notice what's not growing. You can't help but notice the weeds if your beautiful apple tree is starting to bear fruit. You know what I'm saying? You're checking on your garden. It's looking good. What is the desire in this? The Five of Wands. I'm going to go out there and pull the weeds. I want to find out anything that could damage my beautiful apple tree is got to fucking go. Who's been over here picking at my baby apples and not letting them grow? Is the vibe. What do you want? You want to address any BS. I heard you want to address any BS. All the BS. Because if it's not addressed, it's going to be sitting there creating a funk in the energy field. So we're going to address all this shit right here, right now. Okay, that's the vibe. This is like, what do you have? A dirty diaper. What do you want? To change the dirty diaper. Why? Okay. What is the what else can you show? What you doing about all this? Two of Pentacles. Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. That's the energy coming through here. So you're gonna make a change. You're making a change. That's what you're doing about this. Okay. How you feeling? How you feeling in these vibes? How you feeling in these vibes is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I know we're family, but I feel like I've done all I should. I know that we are family, but I feel like I've gone above and beyond and I've done more than enough. Okay. I feel like I need to dedicate effort and time to other things. And I feel like a cycle is closed, a cycle is complete. It's time to change the way we're doing this. Okay. So what are you talking about? Eight of Wands, and it's in reverse. Interesting. I heard I got to take care of me or I can't take care of nothing. If I don't take care of me, I'm going to not be able to provide for anything that you see. I heard. Okay. Wow. Two reverse cards. Interesting, because this deck is not in reverse. And so what you know is Three of Wands. You got to refine and hone. It's like Draw back your focus into a specific point of view for the best outcome. You got to focus all your energy into a specific place to get it to, it's like to get it to turn over. You know what I'm saying? You don't turn over an engine unless you turn the key to the engine. You can flip the blinkers, you can push brakes and the gas all you want to, but to turn over that engine, you got to turn the key. So there's this energy here about, okay, turnkey property, turnkey business, turnkey. What will you learn? Focus. Eight. There's the Eight of Pentacles. Dedicated effort. It takes dedicated effort. Okay. It takes dedicated effort is what you're going to learn. The High Priestess energy is there. So we have, for some, there's definitely double Virgo energy. Somebody has Virgo sun and moon. Somebody here, you're having an experience with another Virgo. Okay, that energy is here, strong Virgo energy. But the High Priestess, ultimately, she knows. She knows. She knows. I know she knows. I know she knows. Okay, but it's a confirmation as well about the information coming out in this reading. You're building something up and it absolutely will advance. It goes from the Seven of Pentacles, watching it grow, getting a glimpse of the first sprouts and the first, the first fruits, and it's coming out of the ground, and you're like, I'm gonna get anything out of the way. We're gonna make a change. And you feel like you've really done all that you could. This is why you want to get into this Five of Wands, because you're like, I want to make sure that I haven't left any place unchecked. This Ten of Pentacles in reverse is like, how you feeling? Like you could be feeling like you done switched the whole family's karma. You could feel like you broke 10 cycles, 10 karmic chains, but you feel like you crossed all your T's and you dotted all your I's. So the other day I did this tattoo. One of them days that I was very busy. I was up recording early for you guys, and then I did this tattoo. And it says, "Still I rise." And when I made this stencil, I don't even know if it shows on there, but when I made the stencil for it, I was laughing. I was like, oh, I forgot to cross the T. That's a problem. Like, you got to remember to cross your T's and dot your I's was a message that came to me while I was working on this tattoo. And so, there's that energy here. This Five of Wands is like, you want to cross your T's and dot your I's. You want to make sure you've touched every freaking base that's possible in this, because when you're done with it, you want to be all the way done with it. You don't want to have to look at this again. Don't ever want to go through this again. Don't ever want to do this again. Okay. Because you feel like, yeah, you feel like Eight of Wands. You feel like it's time for my ships to come in. I've done this. So what we have with the Temple and the King, we have somebody here who you've been building up an energy. And with the peacock's tail and then the leopard and the puma, it's like you've asked the divine to highlight anywhere where there's any kind of obstacle, any kind of potential, any kind of fight. This is like where you if you're if you're the one who's praying for a divine counterpart, you could be like, whatever they're dealing with, help them get through it, right? This is a prayer where you could be asking for somebody to receive the resources that they need to help them move through any challenges and obstacles. Likewise, it could be about yourself receiving information and awareness. It's like, God, show me what's in my favor and what's against me so I know how to act accordingly, right? And then it all gets revealed. This is like, God, show me the true intentions of this one that's coming in my face, like, show me the true intentions, cut to the chase, show me what it really is. No masks, no agendas, show me what the truth is here, right? That we have you going as a truth seeker, but you're coming in with boldness and determination. You're coming in ready to respond and react to the information that is revealed. Okay. Where you're praying for a counterpart, like they're somebody who is going to definitely respond and react accordingly as information is revealed, as the path is shown. They're going to take that action on their own, I heard. So let's see some more about this. I have a small selection from my handmade oracle cards. Show me this Seven of Pentacles. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here, please? And thank you. What can you reveal about that Seven of Pentacles for today's download? So thankful and grateful. Okay. Love and peace and happiness. It says, I got your front, back, side to side, up, down, and all around. Baby, you building for the long term. You know, spirit got you. You have long-term faith in the divine, in spirit, in your highest self, in your future self. Okay, the number 22, important. You're building an energy. Yes, a master builder number. Okay, the July 3rd is important for somebody. Let me see why the 5 of Wands is here. Thank you. 5 of Wands is here is envious. So what? Your spirit got your front, back, side to side, up, down, and all around. And what's being shown to you as you say, God, what do I need to address? I just want to find out what's the real deal. Holyfield here. What's the problem? What's the challenge? What's the obstacle? What's the confrontation about? And it's about envy. It's about enviousness. Let me see this 2 of Pentacles, please. Why's the 2 of Pentacles here? The 2 of Pentacles is here because I'll be back. Okay. You're like, yeah. So as you go off and you figure out what is this, you're like, I'm coming back. I'm not going to leave this alone. I'm not going to act like I don't know, but I just got to figure this out first. I got to figure out how to make this change. Okay. Let me see. What's this 10 of Pentacles in reverse? Okay. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse coming through with, I am thankful for divine blessings on all my plans, projects, and words. Hello. Yes. You're like I said, you feel like you've done all you could in this. God bless. We'll be back when you figure this out. Okay. Anywhere where there's envy in you towards somebody else, you're like, let me go sit with myself and figure out what the hell I'm so jealous of you about. Like for real, I have told my daughter, and I've had to do specifically exactly that about my daughter, because my daughter was like, yeah, Coco was right. You jealous of me. And I was like, you know what? The way I responded, and I totally like threw coffee at my daughter that one day years ago. Oh, it's not funny, but it was a mess, and I can't believe I behaved that way. But when she said that, it triggered me so bad that I realized, like, bitch, you really need to look at that, because you were triggered. So I did. I sat and I'm like, why am I jealous of my daughter? Why did that trigger me to hear her say that I'm jealous of her? And I figured it out because, boy, I sure wish my mama did like I do for you. Like, I sure wish I had me for a mom. I'm jealous you got me for a mom, for real. That was where I left it. And that's where I leave it still today. We just had this conversation again the other day. No coffee or any other beverages went flying. Everything stayed in place it was supposed to be. But the words were discussed, and it was like, yeah, because my mother didn't support like I do. My mother was amazing, don't get it twisted, but there was a lot of things where I feel like I wished she would have did this, been more supportive with, helping take care of my daughter, helping me accomplish some of my goals. If I accomplish it, and I'm not upset about it anymore, because I realized by my mother not doing for me, I had to get up, get out, and get something. Not let the rest of my life pass me by. I had to get up, get out, and do something, because me and I had to do for me and I. Yeah, because my mommy wasn't going to do it for me. So there's that energy here. Something, it's like I've done all I can. So if you're anywhere where you're feeling envy, like that can be a difficult one to address. Nobody ever wants to think, man, I'm jealous. Nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to think that about themselves. But it's not always a bad idea to address it if you have that feeling. Okay, but some of you want to figure out who's got this evil eye on you, this envidio, this jealousness. Let me see. We had this card come out here for the 8 of Wands in reverse. It says get rich scheme. So it's like your get rich scheme is coming together. Okay. And it's like for you, I'm just getting like, this is about you getting rich. I heard get rich or die trying. And I don't feel like this is only about money, just so you know. This is not about an obsession with money. This is about an accomplishment. Okay. This is about accomplishment. What is wealth to you? Okay. Including money. Okay. The 3 of Wands is being clarified by this elevate card. It says elevate. You've exhausted all options on this level. You already checked all the boxes on this level. You need to level up to the next level. Like, that's it. And the good stuff come. You already know that. Okay. So you're elevating the game. You're addressing any envy that exists in you or in the other person so you can respond appropriately. You're really sitting looking at yourself. You have your light body looking at your shadow body. You have your feminine, masculine energy staring at one another. Okay, that energy is here. Let me see this Eight of Pentacles. Why is the Eight of Pentacles here? What can you show me? Falsities. So what you will learn is where there's falsities, where there's some false belief, some false idea, falseness. This is like the whole I wish my mama you had done for me. It was like unnecessary, because if my mommy had done for me, I might not do for myself like I do, because she did a lot for my sister. My sister doesn't do for herself like I do for myself. So I'm really glad she didn't do for me like she did for my sister. Boom, and there it is. Didn't I say this was about you and you? Because it's all self-awareness at the bottom of this deck. I love the way this works. Can't make this shit up. It's crystal clear. The words are right there on the screen. I loved it. I don't pull cards in advance of the reading. I pull cards on screen. So you're right here with me as I'm figuring out what the fucking message is. You know, I'm not making shit up. I'm not choosing what cards are on the table. And if I'm reading the book, you know where I'm reading the book. If I'm getting a download, you can hear it, see it, and sense it with me. I'm not finished with these cards, so I am feeling more, and I'm feeling the heart's hidden secrets, because I feel that there's still more to be revealed in this. I do see information coming through for us that is going to allow for an elevation. I do see a deeper level of self-awareness. Anywhere where you've been holding on to any kind of enviousness or wishing you had what somebody else has, or a relationship feeling strained because you didn't realize like what that feeling was, this is going to unlock a lot of energy and close out a karmic energy, close out a karmic cycle. Somebody has been doing the same old thing in your life, and you're going to realize where jealousy is connected in that. So show me the Seven of Pentacles again with I got your front, back, side to side, up, down, and all around. You know you're blessed, safe, and protected. Okay, you know you're blessed, safe, and protected. Always and always blessed, safe, and protected on all time, space, and dimension. Okay, and you build in that energy. You've been building in that energy. Okay, you know karmic cycles are fakeness in it, distance, separation, space, and blockage. You also know what you have to let go of. This is again, so there's this energy here where you realize you have to let go of something in order to protect something else. Something has been kept away from you because you are protected. With the Five of Wands and envious, we have obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing. Why have I been concealed? I want to know why I've been kept secret. Why have I been kept separate from the rest? I heard, why have I been kept separate from the rest? Because the work you're doing has to affect everybody. It has to go out and affect the world. All right. What you're doing is sorrow, Two of Pentacles, loss, grief, depression. I'll be back. Okay. I'm going to go deal with myself right now and see about these hard feelings I have about this being separate, being cloaked, being kept apart. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. I am thankful for divine blessings on all my plans, projects, and words, and that I've been able to escape these cycles, that I've been able to overcome them, get through them. I heard overpower them. The Eight of Wands in reverse with the get rich scheme, distracted, sidetrack, change, and delays. There's a listen, somebody here, you realize that the situation that you got away from was just a distraction. You know, you've been kept apart from a situation. You could have totally gone ghost on somebody, but it's important because the energy you generating in this goes out and it affects everything and everyone. You have all these different perspectives now about the value of your energy. Let me see more with this Three of Wands and elevate energy in what you know. And we have the memories, reminiscing, dwelling in bittersweet. Yeah, you already know that you've done this before. You know that you've exhausted all the options on this level. You know it's time to elevate. Why do we have the Eight of Pentacles and the falsities, please? And thank you. Show me in what you learn position. What you learn position. You learn about the falseness that is the traps of the Eight of Pentacles, which is the repetitive cycles of the heart fog. Yes, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. So you learn about the falseness in these repetitive cycles. Like, yeah, there's jealousy there, but it ain't what you think it is. Okay, longing, craving, aching, wanting at the bottom of the deck. Self-awareness. What do you want? Why you jealous? Okay, what you jealous of? Well, I'm jealous because I want to be treated the way I treat you. Okay, fair. When you realize that, it's going to change the way you respond to people and the way you interact and the way you hold and entertain that situation. You may even realize, I see some realizing, especially with the way these cards are set up down here, somebody was always separate from you because they were covering up stuff. And, as you made changes and you dealt with this shit, they just wanted to run away. And, they try to change a conversation, because they're stuck in their head about their past, which doesn't allow them to open up their heart to what's real today. Some of you realize that. Some of you are going to realize that this person you've been praying for, like, you haven't seen them because you got to figure that stuff out about yourself. You got to figure out, like, you have. So if you're calling in your divine counterpart and you've been praying for them to get everything they need, maybe what you need is to realize, like, are you jealous of people who are in relationships, and why? Or are you jealous of somebody for any other reason? That for somebody, the enviousness needs to come up and come out of the heart, because it causes issues. And that could be causing the delay. It could be causing the distraction in the self. You jealous because somebody got their life set up a certain way and you don't. And, well, what are you going to do about that? What self-awareness does that deliver to you? What can you learn from that feeling? How can you improve yourself and your lot in life from a self-awareness of that instead of cause division? Okay, self-awareness. When you become self-aware, to take action based off of that self-awareness. Okay. The memories exist for a reason, and anywhere where there's this friction inside of yourself about getting what you want, um that's coming up for discussion at this time. That's coming up for addressing, because there is something important in your energy that once that all comes together, it's going to expand. You're going to have all these different, so they're wanting you at this reading to expand your perspective besides it's black or white. Well, what are a diamond has many facets. Flip it around. What are the other, so here's the empowering question that goes with this, that you could choose to utilize or just leave it right here, which is this: what other perspectives are available for in this that I haven't seen yet? Okay. About whatever this envy situation is, about whatever this change that has to be made is. Okay. Somebody came in I just see, like, somebody try to come into your life and they try to love bomb and they try to do all this, and they are literally a distraction. They try to come into your life because you got this king energy, and they try to love bomb because you're their get rich scheme. And right now they're having some problems. They're having some problems because when you were around, this is a whole nother message. When you was around somebody, you put in the work. You were there. You showed up consistently, and this person stayed distant. They're starting to address why they were distant from you when you did everything you could, right? And the thing is, this person is now separated themselves from you, gone away to go deal with their sadness, go get into their dark night of the soul. But the thing of it is, they don't want it to be over. They want to be able to come back. They want to be able to come back. For you, this situation is not on the level with you. You've already completed these kind of cycles and you're like, that's not what I came for. But okay, if that's what I'm here to serve, if that's how I'm here to serve, right? And so for you, what's going to end up happening is you're just going to, you were there to highlight for this person why they would not allow, I'm hearing specifically why they would not allow love in, is what you're here to highlight for that person. Anywhere where you're praying and wanting to know what's going on with your divine counterpart, what I just said is what's going on with your divine counterpart. Your divine counterpart is somebody who is at a distance from you. This person is somebody who you have not known, most likely, but there's somebody who is dealing with dark night of the soul energy. They want to run away from it, but they can't. They have to face it. They can't distract themselves out of it. The more, it's like the more they try, it's like quicksand. The more they struggle to try to get out of it, the deeper the shit gets. Okay, the deeper they fall into it. They have to deal with their past. They have to deal with any heart fog. Once they deal with all that, they will have cleared the five of wands out of the pathway so that they could see the goal. This is almost like now their GPS can find you. Wow. Okay. So there's that energy. So with all that, I'm going to read your alpha and omega messages. We have the 8 of thought. You may feel as though you're restricted by the circumstances you find yourself in, but that's just an illusion. Make a promise to yourself to refuse to be stuck in a situation that's making you unhappy. Don't wait for someone to come to the rescue when you can free yourself. And for your final message, it says, dearest you, everything is in divine order. Even in chaos, there is order. And we are always in awe of this. For you, though, on your human journey, things can get disorganized in your mind and physical reality. You need to get rid of the clutter, whether it be too many stories in your mind, too many what ifs, or fearful thoughts of the past or future. Instead, focus on the now, empty your mind, clean your house, and throw out any object that tells you an uncomfortable story. Discern what you have, sort, purge, clear, and organize. We want you to have space to fill with something better. Spirit loves a vacuum as it gives space for brilliant new energy. Let go of what is not serving you and give order to what remains. See them and know their value. Your soul needs organization in order to keep your connection to us and to spirit free of distractions. You are so adored by so many. We hope you really know that. This is what we have for you today. So thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence, for the growth on the channel. If you made it this far, I am self-aware. Put it in the comments, okay? Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread shines all the way through. Call love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours, and of course, me and mine. Until next time, 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.